All right, guys, let's do this. So we got a lot happening today. Got to check some of my updates on these calls. I've got two. Let me just post around real quick. Get everybody in. Get the meeting popping, and then we should be good to go. So let's see. Come join. Here we are. Yeah, there's been a couple stocks even today, as always, every single day, right? That have popped, and let's see how it's all going. So first things first, Beyond Spring, BYSI, huge jump, went from a $10 stock to a $40 stock. It's actually been creeping down slowly ever since it hit 40. I want to grab some puts because I'm pretty sure it's going to have a large sell-off, like undoubtedly have a large sell-off back to $10, because it's really just a pump. I mean, they've had good news, yes, but the good news they've had was not exactly just now published. It's something that was already out, and they had some good research advances, so positive top-line results from Dublin 3 registration of plinabulin in combination with docetaxel for non-small cell lung cancer, right? So this is their new news that was published, and they went up to $40. Now that's wonderful, that's great. Cancer treatment is always a huge booming news, but that in itself is not enough to cause such a, well, I mean, it is enough, but it's not going to stay up there. It's not going to stay up there, that's for sure. If you look at the history of Beyond Spring, you can see it's never been this high, right? So it does feel like this is news from some success as well as some extra pumping, and it's upon opening, it's most likely going to go up a little bit, come back down, and when it starts coming down, it's going to come down pretty hard, right? So we're going to be watching for that today. As far as calls for us to make today in terms of options, let me load that up real quick, and then we can look at that as well. Just put it all in real nice. It's nice being able to grab things from like multiple discords, combining it all to see who's in agreement with each other, and then just make it happen. Just make it happen. So yesterday AMD was gorgeous, Moderna was gorgeous, a lot of them were gorgeous. Like look at Moderna yesterday, right? This is all yesterday. Literally went from 350 all the way to 390 practically, right? And today it's most likely going to continue that. What do you call it? The COVID stocks in general are just booming to begin with. So that being said, these are going to make some excellent options to pick up. So here are the list that we're going to be looking at today. So everything I've gathered from the multiple resources I work with, the multiple paid discords I grab stuff from. So it's all in my Discord. The link for these things is below as well. Good morning, Ali. Nice to have you as always. So you can see the general stocks if you want to do quick day trades on them. Keep in mind with the green box, white tick, check mark trades that you want to do quick 20-cent sell-offs. These are stocks that just go up and then can easily fall off, so you don't want to end up bag holding them. Just be very careful where you buy them. You don't want to buy them if they don't hit the buy price that's listed. As far as options, I'm going to be watching BYSI because it did go huge boom all the way to 40. All right, so let me actually pull that open like this, so you can see it right there, right? Huge jump. So it was always about a $10 stock, never really anything more than that. We're looking right now, these prices that we have open, these are options prices. So it's going to be for put options. They're pretty expensive, very expensive. But if anything, I'll probably grab the $2 one that says the put option for to the $10 put option. That's probably what I'm going to go for, because I really just want to earn as this goes back to going down to $10. I'm sure everyone's going to want to sell Beyond Spring, get their profits, because their profits literally quadrupled. It was at $40. Stocks for long term. So stocks for long term, I like to call this the power list of stocks. I'll get to that real quick, but some of these are in that, right? So the power list of stocks are stocks that are practically always making strong movement upwards, right? So AMD, for example, lately has been gorgeous, right? Really just unbelievable. They throughout this week it broke to 100 and has continued to ascend, and I've been making big profits off of just call options for AMD nonstop, right? So this is how it ended yesterday. I got 20 contracts at 45 cents for the $120 call. Yesterday it has started coming back down a little bit, so I picked it up and it was still going down a little bit, but as you can see today it's pointing upwards, and chances are, you know, if all goes well, it'll break through 120 today anyway and keep going even further. So AMD has been amazing. Right now, Moderna and Pfizer are power stocks, you know, but they're quite high as it is to begin with, so you want to be careful. For long-term holds, you know, you want to buy stocks that are at a dip. You want to pick something up at a dip and then hold it through. ATHE, XELA, AHPI, all three of them actually have continued to show amazing movement, right? So if you, for example, XELA even yesterday was doing amazing, right? ATHE, as you can see, already has a huge jump. If you were holding it to begin with, then you're golden today, right? A lot of people were suspicious of whether or not they want to grab it because it had chances of falling back down, but you know, it's been as high as 2 almost. So you know, if you were already holding it, great. For today, you want to be careful how much higher it'll go. You're not really sure on that, right? So don't end up kind of holding on to it. XELA yesterday was huge. It was doing a lot of movement yesterday. It's been pretty nice this week in general. It's just not that attractive to most people. Like a lot of people that are new to trading don't see the trend line of how it's getting new highs or newer highs every day. Right, it started off as a 263 stock here this week. Previously, it's reached as high as 531. And right now, it seems every morning you wake up to another boom, right? The after-hour booms are what's kind of keeping XELA climbing. So, you know, it's still climbing. Is it going to continue climbing? That's something that's up for debate. With healthcare coming back into being the same way it was when COVID first started, a lot of things are booming. So, you know, people are going back and looking at everything that blew up when COVID happened, right? After the fall and then the normalization, certain stocks didn't even fall, they just flew. And those are some of the things that people are trying to grab right now. So this does fall into that as well, because you can see it's just been doing wonderful. ZY, on the other hand, not so wonderful, right? So this is actually one that even Kathy Woods has. And she definitely got hit really hard today, right? From $35 stock to practically on its way to being a $5 stock. So this is a huge drop. Oh, and the last one, AHPI. AHPI I've already got great profits from, by the way, right? I'm sure you have too. It's been already doing so nicely, right? This is like last week. So July 30th, August 2nd, it's just been jumping and scalping, but the entry price was around here, 570. So anyone that grabbed it around the 570 range sold it as soon as this first day happened, and then they tried scalping, at which point, you know, scalping is very difficult. You can lose money really easily too, so it's a scary thing. Those that grabbed it at the $4 price range, you know, they probably sold here and then rebought it, sold here, rebought it. So you can see it gives you multiple instances to buy it again. So I've already sold it, so what I'm waiting on is if it's going to start breaking 10, then I'll try picking it up. If it doesn't try to break 10, because you can see like that's pretty much where its height is at. You know, it kind of goes a little above 10, but it can't hold it. So if it breaks 10 and then starts ascending towards like new all-time highs, I would want to grab a position on the first tiny pullback it has. Right? Every pullback it has is worth grabbing. Let me just make sure I stay online with my work stuff. Okay, we're good. I have to keep a couple. So I work for COVID research, right? And I watch patients remotely, and I have to keep them. I have to keep a couple patients open. That's what this P thing is. It's a power chart. So I have to keep some patients open just to watch them and how they're doing every morning. Okay, so for today in general, though, I'm gonna be working on already open calls. One of the other calls I was swinging from yesterday was a very cheap call. This one, Palantir $25 call. It was really 2 cents. I got 100 contracts of it. So as soon as it goes up 1 cent, it'll be $100 for today, and I'll be good with that. You know, it's been a little weird and shaky. If it doesn't go up, I'll just sell it. My basic goal every single day, you know, especially if you're new, that should be a good place to start. My basic goal every single day is just to make $1,000 profit, right? Anything after that is you playing with your profits. Maybe you'll lose some of it. Maybe you'll make even more. As you get more comfortable, more professional, and even better at the whole concept of day trading every single day, you continue to ascend. You know, then you break your way up. Okay, now you aim for $2,000 every day, $3,000 every day, and also understand that if you're actually able to do the $1,000 in profits every day, that in 4 days of trading you made $4,000. Now you have more money to put in, which means that you have bigger chances of gains, right? You can pick up more things, but you also have bigger chances of losses. So that's what you want to train yourself into: getting the right mentality, finding the right resources, finding the right information. So, for example, for me today, I'm probably going to be looking at Apple calls, right? There's a squeeze, 30-minute squeeze. Apple also has bull flag on the 1 hour trading chart. So if it breaks 147, we're looking for, once again, a climb towards 150. If we open up Apple real quick, so I've been looking at Ocugen. Even this Chinese stock yesterday soared, right, from 0.36 to 0.75. But it has options and it has been coming back down. Chinese education stocks were also soaring yesterday, right? So I have a list for pretty much everything that I would care about. So if we come down here, like, you know, cryptos to watch, of course, stocks related to crypto, so that when crypto is doing this, you see this positive movement. You can rest assured some of these are also going to be doing that positive movement, and you get to scalp out some quick call options on them, right? Like, it's pretty clear. Like, for example, look at this right now, right? So all of these are looking great. Bitcoin has a upwards jump, right, towards 38,871. Yesterday it was falling. So if we look at Coinbase and maybe Mara, just to get the idea down, you can see right away that it's got a tiny movement up, and today it'll probably jump up. You know, same thing with Mara, for example, right? Movement upwards. They just follow the trend. So I keep these together. The Chinese EDU stocks, you can see they're all kind of making some movement. Even yesterday they were making movement, so that was pretty big. And then where's my power list? This one right here, right? So these are all what I tend to call power stocks, right? Oftentimes you get like the first 10 minutes of your trading day, they start soaring up like crazy, and you can get some call options and sell them. So looking at these, you know, you get a good idea of what's going to be happening. Right now you can't really tell. We have another 15 minutes until the market opens, and then you pay attention to them. Right, so for example, I would want to open up Chewy and Netflix because they're looking good, and Zoom. Those are pretty amazing. And maybe even Facebook. So maybe they're looking like they're trying to recover. And I would try to see if I can get like an option on them to get some calls in. You know, Netflix broke 500 again. Okay, so that's pretty nice. It looks like it did it yesterday. So it's actually been able to maintain itself above 500, but you can see overall it's been on a pretty negative trend line. So it's not exactly the safest option calling, so I'm going to close that out. Zoom yesterday, you know, had some people worried, but it didn't really make any money for anyone. This was the day when the earnings happened. But all in all, also looks like a negative trend line, as you can see. After this day, it's got a pretty negative trend line here, so yeah, not looking that good either. Facebook's been trying to recover, but also a pretty negative trend line overall, right? Ocugen, so Ocugen with Covaxin and some research data from India really makes it look like this may be the medication that can battle the Delta variant, but there's two problems with that. One, I don't really trust data from India. You have to keep in mind this is a country where there's a lot of fraud and a lot of issues in terms of trust, right? People have been getting things there that they thought were the vaccine, but were actually just not a vaccine to begin with. You know, people are changing labels. There's not really much regulation when it comes to India. No matter what part of India you're in, regulation isn't exactly the middle name of India. So the data that's coming from there often makes it look like it's amazing stuff and causes OcuGen to jump up. But then, of course, everyone realizes that this information probably isn't that accurate, and then it doesn't jump up, right? So yeah, that's kind of where this pattern is coming from. You know? If I was to ever pick it up though, like it's in a pretty good range to buy if you think it's gonna jump up or anything like that. You know, previously when it was here, this was the era. If you picked up like a shit ton at this point, and then you held and sold it at 15, then you were golden, and then you were basically done with OcuGen. You know, but ever since that happened, you know, it's had its moment of basically having support over 550. It really hasn't come below 5 at all. So you want to pick it up as close to 6 as possible. It's closer to 7 now. So if you were to pick it up, you want to pick up a week, you know, pick up a little amount of it so that you have space to pick up more if it starts going down, so that you can lower your average. But again, like I'm not really a fan. I don't really trust the Indian research. I looked at some of the charts about how they think that it's going to be the answer to the Delta variant, but not really. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I wouldn't know. I'm not there. But the data doesn't look all that to me, so not really a fan there. Let me see now. What else was happening? Oh, AMAT. I wanted to see what that was about. So let's look at. I don't think I put that in my power list, did I? No. Wow. Okay. So this is one of those things like it's falls, then goes up, and then after hours action. So like a swing play, if anything. So it hasn't fallen per se. It's at the peak of where it's usually been. Okay. Semiconductor. So what are we saying about AMAT? Another name to watch. Break over 143. All-time high at 145. Well, it's looking like it'll break 143 any second. But to me, the most success has come from AMD. AMD has been amazing. They're working out the whole microchip shortage as well. You know, I'm probably going to pick up more options today. I already have this 120 call. Let me see how that's looking right now. MU was amazing too yesterday. MU was another one that I look at this throughout the day. Right, so after the morning dip to about $78, it just kept going. You know, 78, 79, 80. It almost reached 81. It probably did. Yep, it hit 81, and then you could just sell it at any point. You could even sell it after it started coming back down a little because it maintained 80. So I wouldn't be surprised if today this starts to break forward again towards 85. So I'll probably pick up calls over there as well. As far as the AMD call for 120 is concerned, my average is 0.53. I've got 20 contracts. I'll probably pick up more and lower this average even further if necessary. But for now, I don't think it will be necessary. I'm pretty sure it's going to start climbing very easily. You know, yesterday it reached pretty high. This point right there was the 114.56, I believe. But doesn't matter. Today it's going to keep going. So I'm already in AMD. Pretty good one. I like to swing AMD and MU also. So like on Friday, for example, right before closing, I'll see how it's doing and reevaluate whether or not I want to pick up some options there and swing it into Monday, right? So we're watching all these things. Pfizer, we're back in the COVID plays. Now we know about the COVID plays, so we're definitely back in there. I want to pick up the BYSI put options, you know, but again, this is looking pretty expensive. Like one is going to cost too much over here. You know, look at this. So if I was just getting one contract, it would be $1,060. Pretty sure it's going to come down, but that's too expensive for one contract though. So, you know, I don't want to do that one. I would be going with this one, the $10 contract. All right. So I'm going to pick up probably like, I want to say I would like to do 50 of this, but I can't, as you can tell. So, you know, we'll just keep it to like, I didn't want to spend 1,000 for one contract, but 2,000 for 10 doesn't sound so good either. Still too expensive. But 10 is the price it would come down to. Maybe I'll just keep it calm, just go with 2. I'll just go with 2 contracts, see how that goes, you know. Again, you just want to make that goal of earning 1,000 profit every day. That's it. So I'll probably fill this in when the day starts, because I'm pretty sure, I want to watch, I'm pretty sure it might have a tiny bit of movement upwards first and then start falling down. So now I'll watch for that. But that's basically it. You know, that's all we've got going on right now. If we look at our trends from yesterday, what was popping? So right here, the top stocks yesterday, you can see AMD, HLIT, and Apple. Right, and then the Chinese Farmy, right, FAMI also. So Pfizer is here, ChemBio, CEMI this morning was having some action. That was pretty good. And now that I have a account in Thinkorswim, the TD Ameritrade app, but I can't day trade in it. So I already used up my day trades for now. Made, I think, 70 in profits in that one. Because I don't do options in there either, since doing an option is like a confirmed day trade. I try to pick up stocks that I think maybe I can swing and not have to use up a day trade for it, but it almost always ends up being you have to sell it. So I ended up using it. But you know, pretty much everything up here is like power stocks. You know, these are all power stocks that you know of, may even own things of, right? We got Nike here, we got Walmart, HP, right, Procter & Gamble, all of these. So yesterday was a big market day, and all in all, it was a pretty green day. You know, pretty green day, so that was pretty good stuff. We're going to have to see what happens today when the day starts, and we should be able to figure it out from there. Let me just see. We got 7 more minutes. I want to see what else people are mentioning in other pages. So let's take a look. Oh, okay. Someone posted something about XCLA, so let's see what it actually looks like right now. So we've got 338. Okay. So that's something someone shared about XCLA. One of the guys I actually like to follow. Whether or not it will go up, I'm not sure. It's already at a really good point. You could see from the pattern, right? Like it goes up in the morning, but then dies. Same thing here, goes up, then dies. So you want to wait for the first pullback before you buy it. But if you're going to buy it, you want to sell it quick. Like if you're going to pick it up right now at 338, you want to be able to sell it like at 350. Just get it off your hands, wait for the first pullback. You know, and that's kind of why the price target even in that post is 350, right? So you can see that. So you want to do that because you can see if you pick it up anywhere in between 284 to 316, so maybe someone bought it at 3, they just want to sell it before it dies again. You don't want to hold it at a high price and carry it on to the next day. But yeah, stocks watch list. We're seeing BYSI, WHLR, ATHE, SEMI, and NVAX. Right, all of those are part of the thing. NVAX, Novavax is a huge one. Right, so that's one of the best COVID plays from when COVID initially started. Right, so if we go back to let's see, April, March, right here. So you can see back in these days right here, pre-COVID era, the good old times, it was about a $10 stock on average, right? And then March, and then you see April 2020, and then boom, it just started flying. Went all the way to 170. People thought that was it. They sold, it held, and then it flew even higher, hitting 300. Right now, it's still on its way once again to try flying. So, you know, we're here for that. We like when things try flying. We're here for that. Big COVID play right here. Let me see what else is there. Got the daily SPY plan. Let's put that into the server. So always gotta keep SPY open too. I'm telling you, man, I need like I really want to buy the large Samsung curved monitor. That thing goes like it's as big as 2 screens to begin with. Definitely need that. Too many tabs that need to be open. So for SPY, we're seeing take calls at 441 and above, or puts if it goes below 438. All in all, it looks like right now it's primed up to fall a little more and then go up. Every day it's been falling a little bit and then going up. That's kind of what the market's been like lately. So fall and then go up. So you watch for that. Nice. Okay. So most of these watch lists are already. So now others are posting their watch lists, and I'm comparing it to what I've already got up, and it's matching up pretty evenly. So that's pretty good. I've also gained good confidence in these people because their posts have been, everything I would possibly ask for. So I'm happy with them. Yeah, we're good. Oh, is Bed Bath & Beyond doing anything again? Okay. Expands partnership with A&W Canada for a plant-based chicken nugget nationwide. Bed Bath & Beyond. All right. Good stuff here. 2 more minutes until the market opens. Some people are saying that they're going to try to grab BYSI as it dips and then try to ride it back up to 40, which makes me worry about whether or not I would do a put option on this. It already died so much. It was at 40, now it's at 28. That's kind of lame. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any options on this, but I'll watch it. I'll enjoy watching it, see what it does. The peak here was actually 40. You can't really see that very well on Robinhood because Robinhood doesn't even work that well. All right, so let's see what we're doing. Day's about to start. We got 1 minute. All right, here we go, AMD. Fly. I gotta see how this contract does. Palantir is pointing a little down. Pfizer's pointing down. Moderna's trying. All right, so boom. Right, look at this AMD right here. Already in a good position for my $1,000 a day plan. Damn, this is already flying. I will need to sell to close right away to take my profits here. No, don't come down. Just there you go. Perfect. It should sell. 115 minus 1.08. Come on, let's go. You could do it. Don't fall yet. Don't fall yet. I just need my $1,000 for the day, and I'm pretty much gonna have money to play with for the rest of the day. Don't fall. Go. Yes. So close. 6 of them, 20. Perfect. Sold. That's it. That's that AMD boomage, right? Amazing morning right there. Already. We've got 20 contracts sold at 108. That was a huge gain right there. So looks like I'm done trading for the day already. Thanks a lot for joining.